Greetings everyone, greetings. I hope you're all well. Today is the 1st of June and today I'm doing something a little bit different, a bit of a DIY. As you can see, I've got this tool stuff going on here. Now it might seem a little bit overkill, this, but I kind of like to upcycle and recycle things, so it's kind of thinking a bit out of the box, you know, rather than just going out and buying something for the sake of it. I mean, obviously, so what I'm going to be doing, I better explain that first, is a propagation station. So, as many of you know, I love my yogurt pots, and I like to upcycle yogurt pots, and I've basically taken the top of one of the yogurt pots here, and I'm using that as a stencil onto this shelving type unit here that I don't use anymore. So I'm going to be using that as the actual propagation station itself. Now these propagation stations are pretty cheap. Basically, you can pretty much get them for probably under £20. I don't know what that is in American IOUs, but if you have a look somewhere like on Amazon, you could probably get one for about £20. But they're pretty simple to make if you look around your house for odd things, and like I say, upcycling, recycling. So you could probably easily make one yourself. So first of all, I don't know if you can see this because the sun's kind of shining on it, but I've tried to space out these pots like so along here, and what I'm going to do next is route out these middle parts here with a router even. Okay, so let's get cracking. So there we go, that's the groovy old trusty yogurt pots. Now a few of you may be wondering now, why didn't he use a drill hole saw? Well, that was the initial thought, but I knew that these are not round, they are slightly square in nature with rounded edges, so that's why I didn't bother using a hole saw. But that doesn't mean that you can't, depending on what you plan for yours. A hole saw would ideally be the quickest way, but for me I just wanted to make use of what I already have, which is why I decided to stick with these pots and use my trusty little router there. It gets a bit messy, but as you can see, it's well worth it. I've still got some room, as you can see here. I've got some room here, and all this here. So another trick would be something like this that I'm about to show you. Transition. Okay, so again, utilising what I've already got lying around, doing nothing. Here we have some shot glasses. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. And as you can see, they're kind of tapered upwards. So I'm going to use that to my advantage, and I'm going to use these for shorter cuttings that won't fall over in the bigger pots. So what I'm going to have to do with this is roughly measure, keep in mind that you need to have a kind of a shelf thing going on, like so, which is 35 millimeters. Can you see that? There we go, 35 millimeters. And I could probably stretch it to 36, but I'll try 35. It's better to have less first and then stretch it rather than take too much off, because you can't put it back. Okay, so I've drawn the two circles that I need, 35 millimeters in diameter, and I've tried to space them out roughly about the same distance, so it looks kind of tidy at least. Okay, I think that's pretty much done for this one. So yeah, I'm not going to put any more in here because there's not really enough room. Right then, so I'm back in the house. So here's the final, what do they call them? Propagation station? Oh, I don't know. Well, there you go. So there it is. I've actually put a few cuttings in of different types. This one's rooting quite well already. That's been sat in a shot glass, so it's getting a bit small, so now that's pushing out these roots. That's one of these Dracaenas, groovy. The one that Gavin gave me is looking good now as well. These here are Chinese coin plants. So I'm going to try and propagate some of those. And that one is a Kojo Namai. This is the first time I'm trying with these to propagate those, so that's going to be interesting to see how that pans out. This one is a honeysuckle. Again, first time doing one of these, so keep an eye on those. These are actually rooting quite well already. These were also in shot glass, and they're getting quite vigorous already. They've only taken a couple of weeks, maybe 2 or 3 weeks to start rooting. And this is from the willow outside. We had to do a lot of pruning with the willow, and I thought, well, I'll take some of these little new shoots off and see if I can propagate them, and that's working quite well in water. Like I said, I don't normally have much success in water, but I thought I'll give it a try, especially now I've got this. But also the beauty of this is that, it doesn't have to be water. I can actually just replace this with soil as well. So in this one I've got some Segaratia thesans, which are like sweet plums, I think they're called. So those are cuttings I've just taken off my parent plant. And yeah, another one of these. This one's a bit damaged. I think it got a bit scorched, so I'm not going to hold much hope for that one, but I'm not going to totally, write it off. So yeah, just stand up so you can see a better view. So of course I can always put something on the bottom here, like some bonsais or something like that as well. Yeah, so I was thinking about doing some more here, but because of the diameter it would have made it a bit dodgy. So what I could do here is actually put some labels. I might try and do something like a laminated label or something and fix those here, so when you're changing these over, you can just wipe it off and then write in what's next. You could do that, or you could actually just write on the cartons themselves, but by putting labels on. But if I do that, then I'm not going to be able to see the magic of what's going on here, so I don't really want to do that. I might as well utilise these spaces in some way and put labels here, 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 and here, and here. That would kind of be a cool thing. So that's version 1 of the propagation station. Like I said, it hasn't really cost me anything in a sense, because this was just sat around doing nothing, had no use in the garage. Yogurt pots, they again, upcycling, recycling, and cuttings. Cuttings are always free, so that's version 1 of the propagation station. I'm going to be doing a version 2 as well, so stay tuned for that in the next video. So for this one, I think that's pretty much it. So take care, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care and see you soon. Bye bye. Enjoy spring and summer. Get out in nature.